offenses must come. Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakha Kwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And as always, I would like to give double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And this is going to be a message mainly aimed at IUIC, but also anybody else who wants to cause offense, first and foremost to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and to those who wants to cause offense to the doctrine, and to those who wants to cause offense to the Lord's prophets, of whom he have set up to teach the 100% doctrine the correct way. But again, this message is mainly aimed at IUIC because you guys are going very far now, and we're living in a time where you're going to be judged based on your actions, based on the things you say and do. Because everything you say and do inside your temple, you're going to be held accountable for it in the day of judgment. Now, before I begin, what led me to this word offense was this word right here. Okay, what you see right here is offense. So then see offense as you see right here. So let me see. This is the definition of offense. You know, and what inspired me to do this video was that video that IUIC made with the brother Khazak in it, you know. And I was very offended at that video, you know. I mean, I feel bad for the brother, you know. I'll send up prayers for him. But you know, that video offended me. Okay? Because, you know, that's our brother in the faith right there, you know. You know, that brother serves Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai with all his heart and soul. And you guys just spat right in his face. So you're going to be held accountable for that. Now, this is the definition for offense from the etymologydictionary.com. It says hurt, harm. And that's what you did to the brothers. And not just that brother Khazak, but to all of the brothers in Great Millstone. You called us rapists. You said that we rape little 8- and 9-year-old girls, which is not true. We have never done such a thing, and we never will, because it's going off. It's wicked. And the Lord commanded us to be righteous. So you guys in IUIC, you're going to have to answer for your slanders and your and your false accusations. You're going to have to answer for your slanders and your false accusations. It says hurt, harm, injury, pain. You know, pain. You guys have set up certain guys to call certain brothers jobs and have them fired. You don't think those brothers went through pain? Certain brothers don't lost great businesses. You know how much pain you members of IUIC have put the brothers of Great Millstone through? Also, breach of the law, because that's when an offense is also a breach of the law. You know, you guys in IUIC, you always talk about keep the law. You always harp on keep the law. Meanwhile, you got guys in your camp with long hair, with dreads, which dreads is wicked. You know, that goes back to the Rastafarians who would worship Shiva. Okay, Shiva used to wear dreads. So dreads is going off, and not to mention dreads are unclean. When you wear dreads, there's all kind of bacteria and dirt that builds up inside your hair, and this is the part of what causes your hair to stink. So that goes back to that Rastafarian. But again, when you wear dreads, you're worshiping another god. You're commemorating Shiva. You're taking on the custom of the Rastafarians when you wear dreads. And what did the Lord say in Exodus, the 20th chapter? Ye shall have no other gods before him. When you take on the customs of the other nations, you're basically worshiping their gods. So an offense is also a breach of the law. So you guys in IUIC, while some of you may be sincere, but the vast majority of you are hypocrites. You're a bunch of pretenders who want to be seen on camera. You want attention, and that's the spirit of a woman. Okay, a woman wants attention. Look at me, look at me. That's why do you think they wear tight yoga pants and a tight shirt? Butt jiggling while they walking. Well, why do you think they dress like that? Because they want attention. They want you to look at them. So you guys in IUIC, you have the spirit of a woman on you. It says the breach of the law. You know, some of you guys in IUIC are lined up. You know, you're wearing a shirt with fringes, and there's no scripture on that. A shirt with fringes. The Lord said that you're supposed to wear a garment. A garment. Okay? It says wrongdoing. Yeah, well, when you slandered that brother Kazak down in Missouri, that was wrongdoing. Okay? Well, when you slandered the men of Great Millstone, well, when you slandered the Lord's prophets, that was wrongdoing. It says transgression against God, which the name of the Most High is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shai. Okay, so it says transgression against God. Okay, sin. So guess what? Sin is also a offense. Okay, so when you falsely accuse brothers of things, when you slander brothers, that's an offense. That's a sin. That is a transgression against Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, who you guys call God and Christ. Also, the causing of displeasure, act or fact of wounding the feelings of or displeasing another. And that's what you're doing. You know, which you know, we're in the flesh, but we do not deal with emotions. But still, that don't change the fact that what you guys are saying about us is you know, but you know, hey, that's fine. That's fine. You know, continue to slander us, because Lord's will, that's not going to stop us from serving Yahweh, Bashum, Yahweh Shai. You guys are doing this thing for competition. Okay, we're doing this thing to receive salvation, that we might receive mercy at the hand of Yahweh, which Yahweh's hand is Yahweh Shai. It says also displeasure, annoyance, and you guys in IUIC, you're annoying. Okay, you're really annoying. It says umbrage. It says from Old French, okay, offense. Okay, or offense. It says offense, insult, wrong. Okay, so an offense is also an insult. When you insult somebody, that's an offense. And it says, and directly from Latin, offensa. And offense, injury, affront, crime. So don't you know it's a crime to slander brothers? Because that's what a true crime is, True crime is when you transgress the laws of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Now, we're not going to be saved on keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. But keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability is a part of the work, which comes with faith. Okay, so it is a sin with which a crime is transgression of the Lord's laws. So it's a crime to make false accusations against brothers. You know, it's a crime to be a hypocrite in the sight of men. Because what did the Lord say? Be not a hypocrite in the sight of men. You know, here it is. You're telling people to keep the law, but you guys got edge ups. You got long hair. You got dreads. You know, some of y'all got bald heads. You know, you completely shave the hair off your head because you're ashamed of the type of hairstyle the Lord gave you. But you don't understand. That's a part of our punishment. You know, that's a part of our punishment because we transgress against the Lord. So we have to deal with the fact of dealing with these baldings and, you know, all this other stuff because we transgress the Lord. So you're not supposed to make baldness upon your head, like it tells you in Leviticus the 19th chapter. Literally a striking against. Okay, and that's what you do when you come up against the Lord's prophets. You're striking against us. It says now use fem past particle. Okay, a past particle of offendery. Okay, see offend. Meaning action of attacking. It says sporting sense of team on the attack at bat with the ball, etc. Okay, so that's pretty much all I wanted to read there. So this is going to be the first scripture I bring out. Lord's will, this lesson won't be long. Isaiah chapter 58 verse 4, it says, behold, ye fast for strife and debate. And that's what you guys do. Okay, especially the black unconscious community. You know, you guys fast for strife and debate. A lot of you guys amongst the so-called black community do that stuff. Okay, you fast for strife and debate that you might get views, that you might get followers. What? For the sake of making money. You know. And that's what IUIC did to that brother when Chazak was out there. They was all about strife and debate with that brother. You know, that brother came humble like a lamb. You know, that brother came in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Okay, when Yahweh Shai, when he was brought before Pilate and the others, and they was questioning him, Yahweh Shai was quiet. You know, he didn't really say much. So that brother Chazak came in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, and you guys just spat in his face basically. So you're gonna have to answer for that before the Heavenly Father and His Son. So it says, behold, ye fast for strife and debate, and to smite with the fist of wickedness. Ye shall not fast as ye do this day, to make your voice heard on high. Right, because the time is coming where the Lord is going to bring you members in IUIC low. And every man that is sincere amongst IUIC, the Lord is going to lead them to great millstone. The true men who have the true doctrine. Proverbs chapter 17 verse 1. Okay, Proverbs chapter 17 verse 1. It says, contrast the upright and the wicked. Okay, and you 2/3 niggas out there in the world, you're categorized with the wicked. Why? Because like Yahweh Shai said in the book of John chapter 8 verse 44, ye are of your father the devil, And what does the word devil mean? False accuser, slanderer. And that's what you guys in IUIC are doing. That's why Yahushua said you are like your father. You are as your father the devil. That's why Yahushua said you are of your father the devil. Yahushua was talking to wicked Israelites. He said you are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth. And like it says in the scriptures, he that hated his brother is a murderer. And you guys in IUIC, you hate your brother. So not only is you a false accuser and a slanderer, not only are you guys a bunch of devils, but you're also a bunch of murderers too. Because you hate your brother. Okay? You're just like Esau. Except you're just calling yourself Israelites wearing purple. Proverbs 17 verse 1. Better is a dry morsel and quietness therewith than an house full of sacrifices with strife. And IUIC, your house is full of sacrifices and strife. Okay? And we must ask ourselves, how does the Lord feel about sacrifices and strife? Let's see how the Lord feels about sacrifice. Let's go to Matthew chapter 9 verse 10. How does the Lord feel about sacrifice? Okay. Matthew chapter 9 verse 10. And it came to pass, as Yahushua sat at meat in the house, behold, many publicans and sinners came down and sat, and many publicans and sinners came and sat down with him and his disciples. And when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto his disciples, why eateth your master with publicans and sinners? Now it's not that Yahushua and his disciples were eating actual food with those publicans and sinners. No, Yahushua was presenting the gospel to those publicans and sinners. You know, Yahushua was presenting the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, the laws to those publicans and sinners, so they can be perverted and so they can be converted and be righteous. So the Pharisees is like, well, why is your master teaching these guys the laws and the knowledge of the scriptures? So let's see what Yahushua's answer is. But when Yahushua heard that, he said unto them, they that be whole need not a physician. They that be whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. Okay? Because there are many people amongst our nation that are sick. Like it tells you in Isaiah, the 1st chapter, and I believe it's the 4th or the 5th verse, where he said, the whole head is sick and the heart faint. Okay? Our people is sick because they are destitute of the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Holy Scriptures, which is Yahushua. Yahushua is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Holy Scriptures. Okay? Like it says in Isaiah, lo, Yahushua come in the volume of the book, it is written of him. So Yahushua is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Scriptures. Okay? So because our people is not hearing the word of Yahweh, which is Yahushua, you know, they're not being healed. Because the only way our people can be healed is if they hear the word of Yahweh, which is Yahushua, in which Yahushua is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Holy Scriptures. So if our people be without the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Holy Scriptures, what does that make them? That makes them a dead people, spiritually dead. Because they have not Yahushua in them. Get it? So our people are sick. Okay? So they that be whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. And that's why those publicans and sinners came to Yahushua, because they were sick and they needed to be healed. verse 13. But go ye and learn what that meaneth. I will have mercy and not sacrifice. You see? So like I read in Proverbs 17:1 earlier, better is a morsel in quietness than a house of sacrifice and strife. You see, IUIC, your house is a house of sacrifice. You're willing to sacrifice the people that you're teaching just for your own gain versus showing them mercy and presenting to them the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures. So you guys, you're not showing our people any mercy. You know, you're sacrificing those people for money and gain. So IUIC, your house is a house of sacrifice, and the Lord is going to deal with you for that if you don't repent. For I am not come to call the righteous, but the sinners to repentance. Now let's get Hosea chapter 6 verse 6. Hosea chapter 6 verse 6. For I desire mercy and not sacrifice. Okay, and what's mercy? Presenting the gospel before our people. You know, teaching our people the 100% truth, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Holy Scriptures, which is Yahweh Shai, the Son of Yahweh. That's mercy. Teaching our people the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Holy Scriptures. Teaching the word of the Lord. Teaching the word of the Most High, which is Yahweh Shai. He's the word of Yahweh. That's mercy. Even though at the end of the day, you know, we understand the Heavenly Father is the one who chooses who comes into the truth and who doesn't. But that still don't change the fact that the Lord's elect still have to be sealed, in which they're still going to be sealed regardless. The Heavenly Father is going to make sure that. For I desire mercy and not sacrifice, and the knowledge of Yahweh more than burnt offerings. Okay, and speaking of burnt offerings, because that's what you guys in IUIC are doing. Basically, our people is no more than burnt offerings to you guys. Okay, the people that you're teaching, the people that you're teaching in your congregation, they're no more than burnt offerings, sacrifices. Okay, let's see what Samuel have to say. Okay, let's see what Samuel have to say about sacrifices. 1 Samuel chapter 15 verse 22. And Samuel said, have Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Have Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. Okay, so you see, to obey is better than sacrifice. And that's the thing with you guys in IUIC. You guys are the children of disobedience. You're not obeying the word of the Lord. You're not even exalting his name in the earth. You're pushing Christ, 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 God, God, God. Meanwhile, you know, you're teaching our people to keep the commandments, but you're not telling them about the CHIP. You're not telling them about martial law. You're not telling them about concentration camps. You're not telling them about the juice. You're not telling them any of those things. So those people that you're teaching, that they're basically sacrifices, burnt offerings to you guys. And the Lord is going to get you. The Lord desires obedience more than sacrifice. So let's go back to Proverbs chapter 17, verse 1. Then I'll move on from there. Okay. Proverbs 17 and 1. It says, better is a dry morsel and quietness therewith than an house full of sacrifices with strife. And that's all you guys are. You're all about strife and offenses. And speaking of offenses, let's see what Paul have to say about offenses in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 3. Okay, 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 3. It says, giving no offense in anything. Now remember, when I looked up the word offense, it means hurt, injury, pain, breach of law, wrongdoing, sin. So IUIC, you're guilty of giving offense in everything. Okay? Not only are you guys a bunch of hypocrites, not only are you a bunch of pretenders, but you telling our people to keep the law. Meanwhile, you're not keeping the law yourself. Y'all don't keep the new moon. Y'all don't keep the new moon Sabbath. Y'all do not keep the high holy days. You got guys in your camp with long hair, with dreads, lined up. You know, y'all making rap videos. The Lord never said make rap videos about the truth and push it out there. The Lord never said do that. So you guys are giving offense in everything. Okay? You guys are the children of disobedience. And we know what's going to happen to the children of disobedience if they don't repent. So this is the let's look up the Greek word for offense. Okay, praskope. You see there. Let's just go ahead and play the word anyway.
Strong's G 4349. Praskope. Praskope.
Okay, and down here you see occasion of a stumbling, to do something that causes others to stumble, leads them, okay, i.e. leads them into error or sin. And that's what you're doing. You're leading our people to error and sin. Especially when you scream out rape like that against that brother Kazakh. Okay, you're leading other people to error, because now they're gonna have this misconception of the brother. I mean, which you know, fuck this world. We don't care what people of the world think about us. We care about how Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai views us. Now let's go to Romans chapter 14 verse 19. Let's go ahead and read that. The book of Romans chapter 14 verse 19. Let us therefore follow after the things which make for peace. Okay? And things wherewith one may edify one another. You guys in IUIC, y'all teach very little things that actually edify. You know, because you'll say some things that are true, but that Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, His Son Yahweh Shai, they're not dealing with partiality. Okay, they don't deal with partiality. You're either with it or you're not with it. Okay. So let us follow after things that make peace. And how do you make peace? Well, let's figure that out. How do we make peace? John chapter 6 verse 63. Okay. John chapter 6 verse 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. Okay. So those who walk after the spirit are those who's going to be peaceable. Okay. They're going to be of peace. When you walk in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, you're gonna live in a way that is peaceful around others. You're not going to say offensive things about you know, your brothers, your neighbor. You know, you're not going to do things that are offensive to the ministry. You're not going to do things that are offensive to the Heavenly Father or His Son. Verse 20, it says, "For meat destroy not the work of Yahweh. All things indeed are pure, but it is evil for that man who eateth with offense." And that word eat is not talking about, you know, actually eating. That word eat is a metaphor for learning. So it is evil for a man to learn with offense. Let's look up that word offense. Okay, that eateth with offense. Praskoma. Praskoma. Let's look this up.
Strong's G 4348. Praskoma. Praskoma.
Okay, praskoma. And what do you see here? Okay, you see a stumbling block. So when you guys in IUIC, when you learn the scriptures, it becomes a stumbling block to you. You know, you might have accidentally stumbled across what is that? 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter, where Paul said that it is a shame for a man to have long hair. You might have got offended at that and you might have fanned your hand like, nah, man, that's not what it's talking about. That was 2,000 years ago. Well, guess what? The Lord's gonna hold you to that, okay? So it literally means a stumbling block. So when you learn the scriptures, you're not supposed to stumble at it. You're supposed to apply it. It's supposed, when you read the scriptures, it's supposed to change you. But you guys read the scriptures and I see little to no change. You don't wear garments, you know, you have this proud personification about yourself. Okay, so, and we know how the Lord feels about pride. Okay, the Lord hates pride. Okay, pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Philippians chapter 1 verse 8. For Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is my record. Okay, how greatly I long after you in all the bowels of Yahweh Shai. And this I pray, that your love may abound yet more and more in knowledge and in all judgment. And what's a part of the judgment? Okay, before 2 or 3 witnesses, before you make an accusation against somebody, you're supposed to bring to 2 or more witnesses. You know, and what is a witness? A person who saw somebody actually do the thing. Okay, so under two or more witnesses, then that's when you're supposed to make an accusation against the person, and that person is supposed to be brought before the judgment seat, and then that person get his judgment. But no, you guys are just blurting things out of your mouth because you guys are no more than parrots and monkeys. You repeat what you hear, and you repeat you repeat what you hear, and you repeat what you see. So the scripture said you're supposed to judge righteous judgment. But you guys are not skilled enough to do that. Verse 10. That ye may approve things that are excellent, that ye may be sincere without offense till the day of Yahweh's return. So let's look up this word offense. So this is, let's look up offense here. A praskopos. See right there. A praskopos. Let's play this.
Strong's G 677. Aposkopos. Aposkopos.
Okay, you see that? And then down here, what do you see? Okay, that now it says that just real quick, I want to read the scripture real quick. Okay, that ye be sincere without offense, right? So that ye be sincere without offense. So let's see what Paul meant by this. Scroll over here. Okay, that ye, oh my God, forgive me. This keyboard. Okay, scroll down to verse 8. Okay, Salak, hold on. Okay, let's look up this definition. Okay, that ye be sincere without offense. That ye be sincere without offense, right? Okay, so that ye be sincere without having nothing to strike against. Because when you slander out things against us, you're basically striking against us. Okay, that ye be sincere, right? Metaphor of not leading others to sin by one's mode of life. Because when you're out there teaching with dreads and edge-ups and other people see that, they're going to copy what you see. Now they're going to start walking around with dreads and edge-ups. Now they're going to start wearing shirts with fringes on it. Which there's nothing wrong with that, but if you're doing camp, you're not supposed to wear shirts with fringes. You're supposed to wear a Hebrew Israelite garment with a border of blue and fringes. Okay, that ye be sincere without leading others to sin by one's mode of life, right? When you yell out rape out there, you know what that's going to do? That's going to cause people to be misled. Now a lot of people's going to be a lot of simpletons are going to be running with that. But you know what? That's fine. That's fine, you know, because the scriptures say that before honor is humility. Okay. It says that ye be sincere without being led into sin. Okay, that ye be sincere while being blameless. Okay, that ye be sincere without offense. Okay, that ye be sincere without offense. That ye be sincere without hurt, harm, injury, pain. That ye be sincere without sin to the best of your ability. That ye be sincere without breach of the law, without wrongdoing, without transgression against Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. That ye be sincere without causing the displeasure or act of wounding the feelings of or displeasing another brother in the faith. Okay. Let's scroll up here. Let me see. So let's go to 1 Corinthians. Okay. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 31. It says whether therefore ye eat or drink whatsoever ye do all to the glory of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So eat and drink is talking about learning learning of the laws, statutes, and commandments, and the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Holy Scriptures. That you do it to the glory of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That's what Paul meant by whether ye eat or drink. Okay, and of course, you know, before you eat and drink, you always give thanks to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, verse 32. It says, give none offense, neither to the Jews, nor to the Gentiles. This is talking about Israelite Gentiles. Israelites and the heathenistic state of mind that was living amongst the heathen, but are, you know, becoming proselytes, that are converting to being Israelites again through the teaching of the gospel. So it says, give none offense, neither to the Jews, nor to the Israelite Gentiles, nor to the church of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And that's what you guys in IUIC did, you know. And it's not just y'all, you know, Yahweh the Maccabees, you know. This dude said that he's the house of David, and then he called us a bunch of niggas. So you know that nigga ain't right. You know, he's giving offense to the church, and not just to the church, but to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because I just read it right here. You know, he basically transgressed against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, as of these other false Israelite groups out there. Tazariak, you're not exempt. As soon as Hassan brought up the C-hip, the CHIP, you basically ran out of the boxing ring to catch your breath, because you was getting your ass beat spiritually. Okay, you had to run about the boxing ring because you got hit with a kidney shot, and that shit hurted. So you ran out the boxing ring to catch your breath. Okay, so by you not, you know, speaking up on the C-hip as soon as Hassan brought it up, you transgressed against the Lord. Because even the phone had to chime in on that one. Because like it tells you in Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, in the 17th verse, what did the Lord say? He said, give them warning from me. You're supposed to be warning our people about the CHIP and how it's the market of you know what. But no, you wanted to you wanted to run out of the boxing ring, you know. Here it is, you two got into a kung fu match, and you know, he did a roundhouse kick and kicked you upside the head, and you had to run up out of there. So you transgressed against the Lord by not, you know, speaking up on the C-hip. Okay, now if we go into the Greek word for offense, right, it says give none offense. Let's look this up. Okay, give none offense. Okay, and what do you see there? Aproskopos, which is the same Greek word for offense in Philippians chapter 1 verse 10, which pretty much mean, as you see down here, having nothing to strike against. So give none offense, you know, have no reason to strike against one another, you know. Give no offense. Do not lead others to sin by one's mode of life, by one's mode of life. You know, when you call yourself an Israelite, you're supposed to lead by a good example. And Yahweh Shai set the best example for us when he walked the earth 2,000 years ago. So your example is really supposed to be molded after the image of Yahweh Shai. But no, your image is molded after your own wicked hearts. And as it is written, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? You want to know what it's like to have a wicked heart? Just look at IUIC. Just look at ISUPK. Just look at GOCC. Look at HOI, House of Israel, HODC. Just look at them. Just look at Jake in the world. That's the definition of a wicked heart. That's what happens when you're not molded after the image of Yahweh Shai. Look at Yahweh the Maccabees. Look at these niggas calling themselves King David. They're molded after the image of their own heart. And like it tells you in Proverbs chapter 28 verse 26, he that trusteth in his own heart is a fool, but whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered. You walk wisely by walking after the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So verse 33, it says, even as I please all men in all things, not seeking my own profit. And that's what you guys in IUIC do. You guys are seekers of your own profit. You see that? You guys are seekers of your own profit. But the profit of many but the profit of many that may be saved. And that many is talking about the elect, because there's 144,000, but then there's also that large multitude spoken of in Revelation, the 7th chapter. Let's see. Okay. One second. So let's go to Isaiah chapter 8 verse 11. Isaiah chapter 8 verse 11. It says, for the Lord spake thus to me with a strong hand, and instructed me that I should not walk in the way of his people. Okay, that I shall not walk in the way of his people. Now let's see what the Lord have to say about walking in the way of his people. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 1 verse 10. Okay. Proverbs chapter 1 verse 10. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood. And that's what you guys in IUIC are doing. You're the ones of you that are not sincere. You're laying in wait for blood. And I'm speaking spiritually. You know, that's why Yahweh Shai called you guys a bunch of murderers. Let us lurk privately for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as those that go down into the pit. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. And that's what y'all do. The reason why y'all go out there and teach is so you can make money and fill your houses with spoil. Because as I said earlier, those guys that you're teaching out there, they're no more than burnt offerings. They're sacrifices so you can make money and fill your own belly. So you're filling your houses with spoil by sacrificing your own people, man. Which is despicable. Verse 14. Cast in thy lot among us, and let us all have one purse. That's exactly how IUIC walks. You know, because basically they all divide the spoils amongst each other when payday comes. It says, my son, walk not thou in the way with them. Just like I read in Isaiah 8 and 11. Walk not in the way with them. Refrain thy foot from their path. Why? For their feet run to evil, and make haste to shed innocent blood. And that's pretty much what you guys in IUIC are doing. And not just IUIC, but ISUPK, all of you false Israelite groups. Okay? Creflo Dollar. Okay? TD Jakes, Black Conscious Community, Geno Jennings, you're all shedding innocent blood because you're not telling our people, you're not pushing the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai upon our people. You know, you're pushing Jesus, you're pushing Christ, you're pushing Yahweh, Yahuwah. You're not pushing the true names. Okay. Let's see. Also, let's go to Exodus chapter 23, verse 2. Okay, Exodus chapter 23, verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Okay, and all you guys who joined IUIC, the ones of you that are sincere, the Lord is going to bring you up out of that mess. Okay, the ones of you, the ones of you guys that are sincere amongst ISUPK, the ones that are sincere amongst you amongst HOI, and many of these false Israelite groups, the Lord is going to bring you up out of that, and He's going to bring you to the real prophets of the Lord. He's going to bring you to Great Millstone, starting with the apostles of Great Millstone. Okay, so thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, because these guys who are all about gain, who are all about filthy lucre's sake, who are not about salvation, who's not about uplifting and glorifying the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, these are the same who are willing to follow a multitude to do evil for the sake of money and gain. It says, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. Right. You know, you're not supposed to just you're not supposed to just blurt out something and call somebody something just because you hear it from somebody else. The scriptures tell you the simple believeth everything. The simple believeth every word. So now let's go back to Isaiah chapter 8, verse 11. Isaiah chapter 8, verse 11. It says, for the Lord spake thus to me with a strong hand, and instructed me that I should not walk in the way of this people, saying, say ye not a confederacy to all of them to whom this people shall say, a confederacy, neither fear ye their fear, nor be afraid. Sanctify the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, of hosts Himself, and let Him be your fear, and let Him be your dread. Okay? And He shall be for a sanctuary, but a stone for stumbling, and for a rock of offense to both the houses of Israel, for a gin and a snare, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And that's what's happening. The Lord is being a rock of offense to you false Israelite groups out there. That's why you just can't get it. Because every time you make an effort to get it, you stumble at the rock of offense. So let's look up this word offense. Okay, which is ahchyam. Ahchyam. You see right there. Ahchyam. And what do you see down here? Okay. Let's see. And ultimately, what does it mean? Fall. It means to fall. And guess what? When you fall, you're supposed to get back up. Okay? The scriptures tell you that a righteous man falleth 7 times and get back up. But the reason why you guys in IUIC are not getting back up is because you're not righteous. Same thing goes with all of these other wicked Israelite groups. The reason why you guys are not getting back up is because you're not righteous. You're just going to stay on the ground and cry like a little baby, hoping that somebody come and get you up. It don't work like that, man. The Lord said, gird up thy loins like a man. Because we all fall in this truth. You know, we all fall. As it is written, we have all fallen short of the glory. Okay, but guess what? You're supposed to stand back up and keep moving, because that's what soldiers do. Like it tells you in the book of 1 Timothy's, is it the 2nd chapter? Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier for Yahushua. But you guys in IUIC, you're not even soldiers. You're just a bunch of posers, pretenders, hypocrites. Okay? We see right through you devils. It says here, caused to fall. Okay? Check that out. Specifically an idol. And that's what you guys worship. Y'all guys worship an idol. When you call on God and Jesus, you're literally worshiping an idol. You're not worshiping Yahushua. So because you call on God and Jesus, guess what? The Lord have caused you to fall. And then check this out. Ruin. You know, calling on God and Jesus will only lead to your ruin. Okay? Calling on God and Jesus will only lead to your ruin. Okay? As a matter of fact, just for edification, I would like to look up the word ruin. Let's go to Google. Let's go to Google. Excuse my laptop, it's being slow right now. But no. Ruin definition. Okay? When you walk in the counsel of the ungodly, you're stumbling right into your ruins. This is the definition of ruin from google.com.
Ruin.
And it says here, the physical destruction or disintegration of something, or state of disintegrating or being destroyed. And what does it say in the book of Hosea, the 4th chapter and the 6th verse? My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Okay? You guys in IUIC, you guys amongst these false Israelite groups, you are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Okay? Why? Because you guys are busy worshiping another God. You're not calling on the true name. You're not calling on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And if you do, it's not in sincerity, because Yahweh the Maccabees is calling on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. But that nigga is saying that he's the house of David. Okay? You got guys calling on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, but they're coming up against the elders, they're coming up against the apostles, they're coming up against the doctrine. So guess what? Even they're destroyed for a lack of knowledge. They're destroyed because they lack Yahushua. Okay? Yahushua is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Holy Scriptures. So if you do not have Yahushua in you, you are in ruins. You are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. It says reduce a building or place to a state of decay, collapse, or disintegration. Right, because eventually when a building starts to decay, what happens? It starts to crumble, and eventually it collapses and falls. Like the definition here, caused to fall. Okay, it says fall headlong with a crash. And that's what happens to guys that fall out the truth. They fall headlong into a crash. And guess what? When you crash right into your ruin. So let's go ahead and close that out. Okay, so let's go back now. I've brought that out. Okay, now let's go to Philippians chapter 1 verse 15. Verse 15. Okay, Philippians chapter 1 verse 15. It says, some indeed preach Yahushua, even of envy and strife. Okay, and some also of goodwill. So IUIC, you preach Yahushua of envy and strife. That's why you guys yelled rape, rape when the brother Kazakh was there listening. You know, because you preach you preach Yahushua of envy and strife, and y'all don't even preach Yahushua. Y'all preach Christ, even of envy and strife. But you guys are not pushing Yahushua. Now let's go to Proverbs chapter 16 verse 28. Proverbs 16 verse 28. A froward man soweth strife. You see that? And a whisperer separateth chief friends. You know, because when that whole thing about us being rapists first came out, that started to spread like wildfire. Y'all was whispering amongst each other, hey, stay away from those GMS guys. You know they're a bunch of rapists, right? You know, so whisperers separate chief friends. Okay? And no, we are not rapists. We have never done such a thing, and we never will. So it says a froward man soweth strife. Let's look up the word froward, so we could better understand what is the Hebrew word for froward. The ha-pakawat. Okay, the ha-pakawat. The ha-pakawat. And down here it says perverse. So a perverse person soweth strife. So you the majority of you guys in IUIC, you're perverse and you soweth strife. Okay, now let's go to James chapter 3 verse 14 to 17. No. I'm gonna just start at 14. Now I'll just read on down. James chapter 3 verse 14. Okay. So this is James chapter 3 verse 14. It says, but if ye have bitter envying and strife in your hearts, which the word heart goes back to the Hebrew word lab, which means your mind, glory not, and lie not against the truth. Okay, so you're not supposed to lie against the truth. Who's the truth? Yahushua is the truth. So if you're calling on Christ, you're lying against Yahushua. Okay, so let's look up this word for strife. Let's see now. But if ye have bitter envying and strife Okay, Erythea, I believe Erythea. Let's just look it up.
Strong's G 2052, Erythia.
Okay, and when you come down here, right, it says electioneering or intriguing for office. You know, it says fractious, but then when you come down here, it says perhaps the same as G 2042, properly intrigued by implication, faction. And that's ultimately what you guys in IUIC are. You're basically a faction. Y'all basically broken up in small groups, but you're basically an organization that have broken up into smaller groups. It says contentious strife. Now, if we come up here and we go to the root word etymology, let's go to the root word etymology. Okay, when you go to the root word etymology, it goes back to erythizo. Let's listen to it.
Strong's G 2042, Erythizo.
And what do you see down here? You see stir up, excite, stimulate, to provoke. And that's what you're doing when you make false accusations. You know, you're provoking brothers. Now the scriptures say, if it at all be possible, live peaceably among all men. Okay, so you provoking brothers when you make false allegations, calling up brothers' jobs, trying to get them fired. Brothers don't lost businesses because you don't call up their place and lied on them. Just straight up demons, man. And like the brother Yashawamba said from the Dallas camp, you're gonna have to answer for that, man. You're going to have to answer to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His Son, Yahushai. You're going to have to answer right before the judgment seat. So let's go to Proverbs 26, verse 21. Okay. Proverbs 26 verse 21. As coals are to burning coals and wood to fire, so is a contentious man to kindle strife. So if you're somebody who likes to kindle strife, the scriptures call you a contentious man. You know, you guys teach y'all guys push Yahushua even of envy and strife, which makes y'all contentious. And the Heavenly Father hates an Israelite that is contentious. Okay? Let's look up the word contentious while I'm at it. Look up contentious. Madawan. What do you see here? Strife, contentions. Strife, contention, object of contention. There you go. Okay, verse 22. The words of a talebearer are as wounds. They go down into the innermost parts of the belly, which the belly is talking about your mind. Okay, so the words of a talebearer are as wounds. You see that? So when you go around spreading false rumors about somebody and then everybody else get word of it, that basically changes that person's perception about that person. But you know what? We don't give a fuck how you people look at us. Again, we only care how Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, and His Son Yahushai see us. We care how they see us. We care how we look in their eyes. Because at the end of the day, men cannot save us, but Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai can save us. and Lord's will, if we be of the elect, the Lord will deliver us. If we be of the elect. If it be Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai's will that we be of the elect. Okay, let's go to 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 3. It says, if any man teach otherwise and consent not to wholesome words, even the words of our Lord Yahweh Shai, and to the doctrine which is according to godliness, he is proud and knowing nothing. So you guys in IUIC, truth be told, you guys really don't know anything, man. You don't know anything, because if you knew something, you would know not to be a false accuser. You would know not to slander your brother. You would know not to bear false witness. You would know to cut your dreads. You would know not to line yourself up. You would know to proclaim the true name of the Heavenly Father and His Son. You would know to warn our people about the CHIP, which is the MOTB. You would know to warn our people about the juice. You would know to warn our people about Jacob's trouble. So you guys don't know shit. But you guys want to get mad at us when we say we have 100% truth. It says, but doting about questions and strife of words, whereof cometh envy, strife, railings, and evil surmisings. You see? So it says, he is proud, knowing nothing, but doting about questions and strife of words, whereof cometh envy, strife, railings, evil surmisings. Okay, verse 5, perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds and destitute of the truth. And that's you guys in IUIC, especially you guys in IUIC. And that's also you guys in ISUPK, GOCC. That's you guys in HOI, HODC, FOPI. Okay, 14th Street Israelites. That's all of you. You're all destitute of the truth. You are destitute of Yahweh Shai, which is the life. So because you are destitute of Yahweh Shai, you are dead, and you don't even know it. You are spiritually dead. It says, supposing that gain is godliness. And that's the mindset of these false Israelite groups. They think that getting money is godliness. Get your weight up, son. Nah, it's not about money. It's about the spiritual riches. What did Yahweh Shai say in the book of Matthew, the 6th chapter? He says, set your heart on he says, set your heart on things above and not on things on the earth. Meaning, well, what was Yahweh Shai saying? He was saying you should be building up your spiritual bank account up in the heavens. That's what you should be doing. You should be building your spiritual bank account up in the heavens. Okay, but you guys, you're building up a physical bank account here on earth where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. Because all that money you got now can disappear overnight. And then what? If you want all that money back, you're going to have to take the CHIP. And we know what happens if you take that. The Lord is going to destroy you. Now let's go to Proverbs 28 verse 25. Because in verse 26 it says, he that trusteth in his heart is a fool, but whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered. You guys are walking after your own heart. You're not walking after the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Proverbs 28 verse 25. He that is of a proud heart stirreth up strife. And you guys in IUIC, you are proud. You are pompous. We can see it in your videos. You guys walk upright with your chest all out. You know, you got your head up. You got this pompous look in your face. Okay, your outward appearance says a lot about you. So he that is of a proud mind stirreth up strife. But he that putteth his trust in the Lord shall be made fat. Made fat with what? With the riches of the scriptures. Which Yahushua is the riches of the scriptures. Proverbs 28 verse 26. He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool, but whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered. How come he that trusteth in his own heart is a fool? Because the heart is desperately wicked. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Now let's go to Philippians chapter 2 verse 3. Philippians chapter 2 verse 3. It says, let nothing be done through strife or vain glory. So you guys in IUIC who like to harp on keeping the commandments, you're guilty of breaking this one. Okay? You're guilty of breaking this one. Let nothing be done through strife or vain glory, but in lowliness of mind. Let each esteem other better than themselves. And that's what you were supposed to do. You were supposed to esteem each other. When that brother Chazak came up to your camp, IUIC, you were supposed to esteem him better than yourself. But no, you had this high-minded mindset of, I'm better than this guy. I look down on this guy. Like, who the fuck are you? You're a fucking nobody. If any man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. That brother Chazak was humble. That brother came humble like a lamb. And you guys just spat in his face, man. So you're gonna have to answer for that. Okay? Y'all wouldn't let your brother talk because y'all know he would have cut you guys. Okay? You guys are afraid of being embarrassed. Okay? The scriptures say that they abhor him that speaketh upright. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 17 verse 19. Okay, Proverbs chapter 17 verse 19. He loveth transgression that loveth strife, and he that exalteth his gate seeketh destruction. Did you hear that? If you exalt your gate, the Lord will destroy you. Okay? If you love strife, you love transgression. Do you know what that means? If you love strife, that means you love transgressing against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. I'll say it again. If you love strife, you love transgressing against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And if you love transgressing against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, you love exalting your gate. And guess what? If you love exalting your gate, you are seeking your own destruction. Why? Because pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Now, to put the icing on the cake, Matthew chapter 18 verse 6. You better be very careful how you approach the Lord men, because you don't know who those guys are. Okay, you don't know who that brother was that you just said that to. You don't know who Kazak is. You know, that brother could have been that brother could have been, you know, Isaiah. That brother could have been Daniel in one of his past reincarnations. You know? You know, that brother could have been Mark or Matthew. Matthew, you know, that brother could have been Samson. Matthew chapter 18 verse 6. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones, excuse me, Satan is at it again. Matthew chapter 18 verse 6. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depths of the sea. So, for the brother who said that about, I mean, not brother, you ain't my brother, nigga. I'm talking about the guy that's a part of IUIC. The guy that's a part of IUIC who said that thing about the brother Kazakh. Hey, man, you better pray that you're of the elect, because if you're not, the Lord is going to get you, man. The Lord's got something serious waiting for you. You better pray and hope you're of the elect, because if you're not, you're going to have to feel the Lord's wrath, which is going to be a part of Jacob's trouble. Okay, so I'm going to read it one more time. Matthew 18 verse 6. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depths of the sea. So whosoever shall offend one of the little ones that believe in Yahushua, it had been better that they committed suicide. That's basically what Yahushua is saying. Now I'm going to read verse 7. Woe unto the world because of offenses, for it must needs be that offenses come. But woe unto that man by whom the offense cometh. And the word woe goes back to the Hebrew word ahchyam, which means destruction. So destruction unto that man by whom the offense cometh. So you either repent or get destroyed by Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So Lord's will, you brothers were edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai is the true name of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. With that, I'm going to say Shalom is on to the next one.